The sleeping giants have finally awoken. What's going on, guys? It's your boy CJ, and in this video we're going to talk about HCS Kansas City, everything that went down, and some of my thoughts about the events and the teams that played there. So let's get right into the recap. So starting off first, obviously this weekend we had our third US major, HCS Kansas City 2022, and man, oh man, was it a treat. So we definitely saw a lot of action here, and a lot of historic moments went down here, might I say. First and foremost, we finally saw Cloud9 be dethroned, and I'm not trying to sound like a Cloud9 hater, but obviously with them winning the last three majors, they had a major target on their back, and someone had to take them down. And as a mainly a neutral, even though I'm an Optic fan, mainly a neutral, I was waiting to see who would be able to do it, and obviously the biggest contenders were Optic, Sentinels, and EU United. And of course, we saw the sleeping giants finally awake. Sentinels were the ones to finally dethrone Cloud9 in the grand finals with a 4-0 sweep at that. Not only did they beat Cloud9, they 4-0 swept Cloud9, and they put Cloud9 in the elimination bracket as well. So they really did some damage to Cloud9 in this event, and I can't wait to see how this turns out, because now we're really starting to see that like top three shakeout. You know, going in, Optics were the favorite to dethrone Cloud9 and win it all, because they were just coming off the major upswing from the FaZe Invitational, winning all of that. But Optic ended up coming in third, getting knocked out by Sentinels. Sentinels ended up knocking Cloud9 and Optic into the elimination bracket, where they had to duke it out to see who will go up against Sentinels in the grand finals, which ultimately Optic ended up losing to Cloud9 in the grand finals. I think it was 3-0 if I'm not mistaken, which was a little disappointing, but you know, that's just how it is. Which even then, I honestly say one of the best series out of that was the Cloud9 and not the Cloud9, was the Optic and Sentinel series. They went out of the best of 5 to see who was going to the elimination bracket. Sentinels won 3-2. Those games was close. I'm talking like every game was like a nail biter. Who was going to win? I think one of the games, there was like an oddball game that Sentinels and Optic played, where they literally won off score, and they literally won off time, and it was because Sentinels managed to pick the ball up and get 2 more seconds off of the ball just as time was about to run out. It was an absolutely insane match. Now obviously I tried to watch most of the stuff throughout the weekend. I caught most of the matches that were at least on main stage. But just to show you guys the series standings here, so we have Sentinels in first with the 140,000 prize pool, which again, the prize pool was increased from 250 to 350k from fan funding. So if you're a Halo fan, you bought some skins, give it up for yourself, because you are a GOAT. But yeah, Sentinels ended up taking first place with the 140k prize pool. Cloud9 ended up taking second with 884k, Optic in third, EU United in fourth, FaZe Clan Pioneers 5th, 6th, and the other history-breaking, or history-making, I should say, teams that we saw this weekend, Ascend and Quadrant. Apparently, these are the first EU teams to ever break top 8 in a Halo, at least in a Halo Infinite land, but I think in a Halo tourney as well, like a Halo International tourney as well. The first EU teams to break top 8. So EU definitely showed up and did their thing, pretty much saying that they are contesting that top 8 spot, and they're going for top 6. I'm telling you right now, Ascend is definitely going for top 6, because they was giving people a run for their money. Quadrant as well. Quadrant's looking pretty strong, but I definitely say Ascend is probably the stronger of the two, just in my opinion. So I cannot wait to see what they do next. They have their EU regional championship coming up in like July in Valencia, so that's going to be a treat to watch. As far as other like standings go, the elimination bracket was like a damn slaughterhouse. Like, there are teams in there that I was just like, wow, I can't even it was crazy. Obviously I didn't get to watch them all, because I was mainly watching the main stage stuff, but like teams were going at it, and the competition is only getting more and more fierce. I mean, take a look. I'm gonna show you some of the like standings on screen, but like, I mean, you see a lot of 3-0s and 3-1s, but like there was some fierce games in there with some fierce score lines and some fierce teams going up against each other. I mean, for crying out loud, KCP went on to take on Fnatic and Ascend, and that Kansas City crowd was going crazy. I say the Kansas City crowd was probably one of the best crowds I've ever witnessed. Even though I wasn't there, like, you could hear them like screaming every 2 seconds when like KCP were playing. It was great. And even then, KCP showed out themselves. Even though they pretty much are still in that like top 6 standing, they are showing out, and they're getting pretty strong. So I honestly feel like they get a few more things into place and they could contend for that top 4. I'm just saying. It was good to see Fnatic play as well, even though they got knocked out. I think they got top 10 or top 12. I want to see them develop a little bit more as well. G1 was looking pretty good as well. You know, kind of looking at some of these newer teams coming in. Space Station and Navi, they got some things to work out, especially Navi. Navi is not really looking too good. I don't know what they got to do. I'm thinking like a roster change or something. I'm not the most knowledgeable on like what to do, but yeah, that's definitely something that needs to change. Space Station, I've been looking at their Twitter saying that they need to work out some kinks and things like that, and maybe they'll be on the right track. But again, we will see. Now going over to the winners bracket, again we see that that top 4 shape out to be the way it was. Cloud9 ended up knocking FaZe down, Sentinels knocked Quadrant down, United knocked Pioneers down, Optic knocked Ascend down. And then they pretty much went up to be our top 3 going at it, you know. Sentinels ended up beating Cloud9 and knocked them down 3-1, which was crazy. Optic Gaming pretty much cleanly 3-0'd United. And then that close winners final, which Sentinels ended up winning 3-2, which again was interesting and a little sad to see as an Optic fan. But again, I was kind of banging on Sentinels to come alive at some point, if not in this tournament, sometime next tournament, but they did it this tournament, and everybody was kind of waiting to see Sentinels kind of get their return to form, as you would say. Everyone was kind of hoping Optic would be like the favorites coming out of this, because again they had that upswing from the FaZe Invitational, but everyone knew that like Sentinels they were going to pop off at some point, and man, did they pop off. Again, as an Optic fan, I hate to see them take top 3. Definitely saw them as the favorites coming out of this, especially with them winning the FaZe Invitational again. But all in all, I'm just happy that somebody finally took down Cloud9, because I want some shakeups. You know, that's what I like. At the end of the day, I'm more of a neutral than an Optic fan, so I want some shakeups. I'm sick of seeing the same people win all the time. I want to see some competition. I want to see people get better, and we saw that today. Cloud9 did look a little off. But I think that's maybe because Cloud9 coming off of like 3 lands and hella online tournaments, they were just used to being so dominant, 3-0ing people, 4-0ing people. But with Sentinels kind of like kicking them in the mouth, I think that definitely did something to them. You know, it's kind of like when you're just used to winning and then you finally get like that loss, you gotta like figure that out. And I think this was kind of Cloud9 trying to figure out Sentinels throughout the tournament, and it really wasn't working, especially after that first loss and then them returning in the grand finals. So definitely Sentinels is up there now. Like, I think now that they have all their teamwork together and they're kind of just ready to go, they're looking pretty good. So they've definitely shaken up that top 3, even though they've kind of always been there. Now they're pushing for like that #1 spot, which is what I love to see. But I don't want to keep this video too long. I just wanted to keep you guys up to date on what happened this weekend. Keep you guys up to date on all the standings and everything like that, and who won, who did what. So let me know in the comments down below. Did you watch any of the HCS stuff this weekend? How was it for you? Did you enjoy it? Did you not like it? What did you think about it? Leave a like on the video if you found it helpful at all. And if you want more Halo Infinite HCS stuff like this, then be sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below for your boy. It's been your boy YNDXCJ. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Spartans.